ברוכים הבאים למוזיאון האדם הקדמון. אני דנה.
רגע, באנגלית אולי?
נכון, נכון.
I know you're a little bit shy about it, but it's for YouTube, so.
Yes. So, welcome to the Prehistoric Mechula Museum. And in this place, we all about the prehistoric people and also ethnography. Okay? We have ethnographic part at the end. So we start with the prehistoric, and we can see here like a timeline from the prehistoric, which starts 3 million years and more before our time. It's the day that we found, not we, but archaeologists, found the bones of Lucy, the Australopithecus in Ethiopia. And she is like something in the middle, the one that connect humans like us and monkeys, apes, perhaps. And we can see it's a long period of time until we start what we call history, only 250,000 years ago, when we invented the writing, the letters and this. So only in this time we start history because we can tell people and write about it and draw what happened. And before this, we all just משערים. We only imaginate what happened, okay? And we use some tools that we found here in Kibbutz Ma'ayan Baruch, also prehistoric tools from the prehistoric time, okay? So in this timeline, we can see at the upper place the full timeline, and then there is two like zoom in timeline, which make this part bigger, okay? Because there was a full time, a long time, תקופת האבן, the Paleolithic state, and after the Paleolithic, we start to find different materials, okay? As like the Calculate period that we start to use and burn. איך אומרים חמר?
Chalcolithic is beginning to use copper, yeah?
Copper?
Copper, yeah.
Okay, so copper, which it's a big step for like medical, because only then we can real boiled water. And after this, bronze and barzel, which is the Bible period, and these parts come very fast, one after the other, okay? After a long time of only Paleolithic and using stones. So if we look at the prehistoric and history as like a full day, it's like 24 hours of prehistoric and only 2 minutes of history, okay? So we can continue to the next.
You can see such a short period of time here. This is where we are.
Yeah.
After that whole timeline there, it's nothing. Known history. Okay.
Okay.
I'm sick.
So this is a picture of Hula, where we are in the Upper Galilee, in north of Israel. And this is a paint of what we think the prehistoric men look like, okay? Only for the imagination, for the children that come to the museum, to understand the view that the prehistoric man has and the local weeds and the local water and mountains and even snow.
On the Hermon.
Yeah. So here we have a map the prehistoric Hula. Okay? It's not Israel map, only our small valley. Okay? And this small valley starts from Reches Naphtali, okay, in the west, and in the east we have here the Golan Mountains. Okay? So a lot of the tools that they use, the people at this time, it's saw stone. Okay, and it's come from this area, from the mountains, and maybe come with the rain and the rivers and just sahaf into the valley. And in the valley and in the Golan, it's more like basalt stone that come from the
Volcano.
Yes.
Basalt, the black stone.
Yes. We can also see that there used to be more water in the past in this valley, but also until this day there is a lot of water, a lot of weeds and trees and animals because of this. And we have slick over here, and inside we can see some kind of a tech, how we call it? Copy. It's a copy. Of,
A reproduction.
Reproduction of prehistoric tool. And it's all about the natural products. Okay? We have here wood and some kind of plant that make us this rope and saw. Okay,
And
it's
stone,
like
yeah.
the gold of the prehistoric. So, okay, so if we leave it here and wait like 500 years, the only thing that will be left here. Come on, Josh. Only the rock. Okay. All the other parts will disappear, compost into the ground. So this is the reason that the Stone Age, called like
Stone Age, yeah.
because of the stones. Yeah, the only thing that we can really see from this time. And here we can see a real special rock. What's special about it, Josh?
It's worked. It's turned into a blade. Yeah?
Yeah.
And that's not a reproduction. That's real, yeah?
No, this
This
is
is al-
reproduction.
it's also
Behind
reproduction.
the glass, you
Okay.
will see the real one. The most beautiful hand rock, maybe, Avnei Yad we call it, that's been used by the prehistoric man by the hand. It's just specific for the hand. There is no need to put something more to hold it. Okay, it's perfectly for the hand, and you can see that there was a lot of work to make it. Okay, because the tzor in the nature, it's look like this over there. It's like a big rocks on the ground.
These over here?
Yeah, on the floor. So we need to work quite hard to get this one. Okay. So what happened in 1946? Amnon Assaf came, a 17 years boy that came here to build this Kibbutz Ma'ayan Baruch, and while he was working on the ground and like planting tree, he noticed a special rock, and he said, "No way! It's just a regular rock. There is something strange about it." And he kept this kind of rocks under his bed in the room that he shared with 10 more boys. And after a few years, he understand what he found. He found something it's really important to the prehistoric man. Like the most usable tool at this time. Like 500 years ago, it was the latest iPad, you know. And another thing that it's a reproduction of it. This tool, it's like something that come million years before this. Okay, it's iPhone 1 and this iPhone 10. Okay.
Okay.
These things make a very lucky monkey or not lucky to become what we call Homo habilis, okay? Because he made a tool. It's what make apps into humans, okay? It's the rules. And one last thing I want to show you, Josh. Opa. Okay. What the hell is this, Josh?
That is it's a blade, I think, for scraping, yeah?
For scraping.
Scraping hides, scraping skins.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
the leather from the
Yeah.
animal.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's possible, but isn't it?
No?
No. And we found a lot of pieces like this over here. More than 10,000, like a lot. And if you go to the avocado place, you might find by yourself also few. And we didn't know what is this, and we kept collecting until one day, one איך אומרים, explorer, אני חוקר,
Explorer?
archaeolog.
Archaeolog, yeah, archaeologist.
Yeah, he went to Africa, okay? And then in Africa, he saw some local persons use this thing, okay? And then all the puzzle come together. Because this part is this one.
Uh-huh.
And after a lot of years, the bone, this is a donkey bone.
Mm-hmm. Disintegrates, yeah.
Yes. And only the rocks stays. So we found the rocks of the start of the farming, okay? The big revolution. It started right here in Israel, in the חצי עשר הפורה. And you can see this, it's pretty similar to this, hamagal. And what we do with this, we're cutting, you know,
The wheat, the barley, the grains, yeah.
Specific
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like a promo with the ethnographic part of the museum that we go to after the prehistoric part.
Mm-hmm.
For understanding the prehistoric of this area and every prehistoric, we can see some people from other places, far places that live in nature, and to understand from their tools what used to be right here. It's like this farming tool, okay? It's a friend of us, Micha, that make this hand rocks. You need to put a really strong boom to the rock, but not only strong, also very perfect one, very to be focused when you do it. Otherwise, it's break to two and you got nothing to do. Here you see the real hand hexes. It's the way you say it in English. They the most symmetric and the most aesthetic in the whole world. It's some real people, important people say it because I don't know why, but they're the most symmetric. And if they only do it for practical stuff, it's not.
It's not necessary to have it be that perfect.
They say maybe, perhaps, they want to charm the ladies.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's artistic. It's the most historic, aesthetic.
These were all found here on the kibbutz, yeah? All found on
Here
Ma'ayan Baruch.
in Ma'ayan Baruch, yes. Yeah. This one we found in Kibbutz Yaakov, which is like half-hour drive from here to the Sea of Galilee direction, and it's made from volcano rock. Okay, it's harder to do, and it's happened like 280,000.
780,000 years ago.
Yeah, but this period and this one, you can see
250,000 years apart.
Yeah, this art stays a really long time and without any language. You know how they learn and teach their sons to do it. How it's continue all this time. Here we can see heads, skulls. Right, I would say.
Skulls.
Skulls. So this is Lucy. It's Australopithecus. Okay. She's the first up to stay up, to stand off 2 feet, and to take the hands away from the ground. Okay. She had a free hands, but she didn't use it like us yet. This guy here, we're talking here on 3 million years ago, and this guy here, like 1.5 million ago, Homo habilis, took these hands that he have free hands and make tools. You remember the tool that we saw before?
Mm-hmm.
This one make the first tool, and this one is the Homo erectus, which it's not quite linear way, the development of the evolution, but it's like a tree that from one place there become a lot of
different branches.
Branches, yes.
From the same trunk, yeah.
So this is the Homo erectus, okay? Erectus, like tall, stay up, and people say it was like almost 2 meters. 1 meter and 90. Okay, and it's difficult to find them because they didn't put in the ground. They're dead people. They just died and continue. In this time, we also talk about gathering. I will say it lakat and hunt.
Gathering, yeah, hunting and gathering.
Hunting and gathering, yes. So without any specific home or village.
Totally nomadic, not semi-nomadic.
Nomadic?
Nomadic means moving around all the time. And you semi-nomadic when they start to spend a little bit more time in one place and then they move to another place and spend a little bit more time there. This is semi-nomadic, and then finally you get settled to when you start growing crops.
Yeah. So this one is responsible to a big revolution, the biggest revolution there ever was, maybe. The fire. He discovered the fire, okay? And in Kibbutz Yaakov, where we found some of the rocks, we found also a fire, a barbecue, that continue living and lighting for at least 200 years, okay? So this guy already was possible for him to stay up after the sunset and to talk with his friends and gossip. And they weren't talking like us, but there was some kind of conversation between us, between them. And also, what the fire gave us?
Light, warmth, and cooked meat, which means more protein, which means the brain gets bigger, right?
Oh yeah, much bigger. It's the brain of Homo habilis, and this is the Homo sapiens. It's our brain, okay? You can see the differences, and it's come because of the change in the cooking and the eating, and the food is more nurturing, you know? And also, because of the fire, we can make animals be afraid, to scare about us, to run away because of the fire. Okay? So, it's really a star in the prehistoric, and also we think that he's the one that made these rocks. Okay? Later on, you can see the Neanderthal, okay, that come from Neander Valley in France, okay. It's the first place that we found Neanderthals, and they were possibly like us, okay, and they live at the same time as us, as the Homo sapiens, okay. But they met each other only in one place in the whole world. A place that you want to come to.
Yeah, Nachal Mirot in the Carmel, where we're going to be in a couple.
Also where? It's two places in Israel. Only one country and two places.
Nachal Mirot, and I can't remember the other one.
Okay, so I give you a clue. You see this one? What's his name?
Nachal Amud.
Yes.
Where I'm going to be in just a few days.
It was a long one.
Yeah.
It's a long river. So they met each other, and they made also children together. Okay. But only the Homo sapiens survived. Why so, Josh?
I don't think anybody really knows. There's a lot of different theories about it right now. Yeah.
It's all about theory.
Yeah. So what are the popular theories these days is that maybe because they had better communication, maybe because they...
The Homo sapiens said.
Yeah. Maybe because they were a little bit better at tool making, even though the Neanderthals were a lot stronger.
They were a lot stronger.
But maybe the Homo sapiens cooperated a little bit better at tool making, better at weapons, things like that.
Yeah.
Those are the theories that I've heard, yeah.
Go to shut it down?
Okay, no problem.
Okay. So it's possibly that the Homo sapiens were more open mind. Okay. So it's make also the genetic better because the
genetic diversity. Yeah.
Diversity, yes. The Neanderthal, they possibly were social, but only inside of the group. Okay, so it's a difference. If you are open and you are flexible, so you maybe survive better. Do you can see, Josh, a difference between Lucy to us, other than the brain, another difference between us?
Sure, the forehead and the jaw in particular, right?
The jaw, yes.
The jaw.
So we talked about the forehead because of the brain, and the jaw, it's become smaller and smaller and smaller because we start eating cooked food. Okay, we need to let's do this.
To chew a lot more.
Let's chew it, yes.
Yeah.
So, when they were asleep, we took a picture Homo habilis, you know, this small one. This is Lucy, probably. This is Homo erectus, the star of the prehistoric time. And Neanderthals, these ones. And us. And these numbers, it's the size of their brain. Okay, it's become bigger and bigger and bigger until they have a headache. You can see the difference between us and the Neanderthal.
Yeah, the Neanderthal's brain is bigger.
Whoa. Also, other than people, there was also a big elephants over here. Not mammutot, elephants. Huge elephants in this size, okay? And we found, because the land it was full of water and it was mad, so it was possible to find stuff that isn't become like stone. זה לא נהיה מאובן.
Not petrified, yeah.
It stayed the same it was. Like this one, it's the Shenhab, and it goes to 1 meter and 180. Okay, we found only the top of it, and this one it's a skull of elephant, of a puppy elephant. It's only a copy of it. The real one is in
Israel Museum in Jerusalem, yeah.
Yeah. Here, but you have a real atlas bone of elephant. To us, it's like in this size, and for
Okay, can you show it again? The size?
The size of the atlas bone.
Yeah.
In our place, like right here, it's only like this.
This is the elephant.
And this is the elephant, the huge elephant. And you can see also teeth of our time elephant, the regular one. The elephant, there is 1, 2, 3, and 4, 4 teeth. And the prehistoric elephant had much bigger teeth. You can see the teeth. And there it's like twice in size, the brown one. And from here we go into the Natufic period of time, culture. It's a different animals that used to be here. And this is the Natufic. We jump from 500,000 years ago into 14,000 years ago only. This is the real shit. It's the real things. Okay? It's the real bones. We come with shufel and we took it like this and we put it here. Okay? Those two are men's, which came to age of 30 maybe. And you can see that the way that they were put in the ground was quite specific. This one is head looking to this direction. And this one doing the yoga pose. And it also covered with this kind of what you find in the sea?
Shells?
Shells, some kind of shells. And there is no sea around here, okay? To go to the sea, as like you're gonna do, Josh, by foot, it takes at least a week. So these people went at least a week to find this decoration to their dead people. It was time that they had time, they had free time already. They had enough food and security to find shells.
Yeah.